the IWC is bending over backwards trying to defend this match like it's some kind of misunderstood masterpiece. Nope.
Till it up, till it up. You
IWC, stop making excuses for Lyra Valkyria. Just stop. It is time now for the IWC to admit I've been right all along about Lyra Valkyria. And before the defenders come marching in, let me be clear. This is not going to be an attack on Lyra the person. This is not an attack on her ability to wrestle. She is the victim of a bad gimmick that needs to go. The bird gimmick needs to fly away. The Irish mythology needs to be laid to rest. It is time for a clean slate, a new era of Lyra Valkyria. Now, if you've been following this show, this is a follow-up video to something I did a couple weeks ago, the one where I asked, what does the IWC actually see in Lyra Valkyria? And they said, D, you're just missing it. You're being a hater. The payoff is coming. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited some more. And we got to SummerSlam, and that was your guys' answer. That was the proof that you guys were going to present to me, because that, my friends, was bad. That was a bad match. You're not going to convince me otherwise. It drug on forever. It was comical when it shouldn't be comical. It felt like a bad episode of the Three Stooges. From the hokey zip ties to the pointless toolboxes, I don't understand how you guys are going to try to defend that. But once again, the IWC is bending over backwards trying to defend this match like it's some kind of misunderstood masterpiece. Nope. It's not that deep, guys. This isn't layered storytelling. This is just bad. This is the consequences of a bad gimmick. The crowd was not confused. We don't need a new crowd. The IWC is just clearly so out of touch with what the live WWE audience wants and what the casual fans, what they want to see. And on top of all of that, this is bad storytelling, compounded with Bayley, who just actually made it worse. She took what was clearly going to be the end of this story, a clean break for Lyra Valkyria, and she turned this into a convoluted side quest now between Lyra and Bayley where they're mad at each other. So we have like a high school cat fight now that we're going to have to sit through next. And the IWC are back in my ear. They're talking to me again. Just wait, D. She's going to turn on Bayley. That's going to be amazing. No, it's not. It's not. I promise you guys. It's not. Stop lying to yourselves. She's just going to be a bad guy that's boring. And if that is your big payoff, if that's what you're all waiting for, that she's mean with no substance, that she goes from big bird to the bad bird, I have bad news for you. It's not going to work. But fortunately, your boy D could save Lyra Valkyria. Listen up, Triple H. Take some notes when I talk. If you want to save Lyra Valkyria, I got 3 quick fixes for you. And these aren't crazy ideas. They're just basic, common sense changes that'll make her click with your casual fan base. Number 1, Triple H, it's time to have a funeral for the feathers. Bury the bird. Move on. I am the first to admit, guys, I miss the over the top gimmicks that WWE used to have. I do. But if you're going to do a gimmick, you have to commit to the bit. And the bird lady thing, Lyra does it part-time at best. She is the bird lady for 30 seconds during her entrance. They pipe in some woos, and then it's all gone. It doesn't make any more sense for the rest of the match. She's cutting promos in tennis outfits when she should look full Targaryen like a Game of Thrones, princess. She's wearing Spice Girl shoes that she's calling Becky Stompers when she should be coming off like some kind of Irish badass. It's all inconsistent, and it's all just gotten weird, and it's really gotten annoying. And at this point, it's even moved past comical. It's almost pathetic. It sadly reminds me of the episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when they wrestle as birds.
What's that word, America?
That's what I'm seeing. If you're going to commit to a gimmick like a Irish mythology character that is a bird, you gotta fully commit. Look at Mr. Iguana. He is committed to the bit and it works. Otherwise, when you don't commit, you end up with a Lyra Valkyria that's confusing to the casual fans. Now, the second way to fix Lyra Valkyria is to play to her strengths. The IWC loves her because she's relatable. So make her relatable. Show her flaws. Be vulnerable. Position her as the heart of the fans. Make her a technical wrestler's wrestler. Think Natalya, just the younger 2.0 version of Natty. Give her more submissions. Make her no nonsense. Stop smiling so much. She should just come out and declare, I'm done trying to be a superstar. I am just here to wrestle. This is the type of stuff that the IWC eats up, and a lot of the crowd, the casual crowd, tends to jump behind this. Give Lyra Valkyria the Gunther treatment. It's just a different flavor of Gunther. If Lyra Valkyria really wants to study somebody, she should take a look at the tape library of like a Bryan Danielson. She needs to study those tapes. That's her path to success. Find that spark. Find that underdog. Find that balance of tenacity and likability, because there are bones there. There's something there that can work with Lyra Valkyria. There is a structure that is Daniel Bryan like, but she needs to commit to being the underdog. Now, the third way to fix Lyra Valkyria, she needs a mean streak. And I know IWC is going to get all excited. Yeah, we said turn her heel. No, not heel. She just needs a mean streak, a personality. No more goofy Becky Stomper quotes. This sounds like Roman Reigns with the suffering succotash. No more smiling through everything like Raquel Rodriguez. She needs to feel like a wrestler who has had enough. Think about the gap that Ronda Rousey left when she left WWE. She needs to try to slide in and fill that gap, but with a little bit more personality and a little bit more Lyra Valkyria. Vicious, determined, a threat at all times. She also needs a couple of big upset matches that make her feel like she won out of nowhere. A couple of upsets against people that she shouldn't be beating with this new attitude would make Lyra Valkyria feel like a credible threat. This is why, to me, rankings in wrestling would work so well, because you could have Lyra Valkyria grind all the way back up those Intercontinental Champion charts until she got to that number 2 spot, and Becky Lynch had no choice but to acknowledge that Lyra Valkyria was due another title shot, no matter what that stipulation of that match was. She needs that ultimate redemption arc. Now, unfortunately, that's not what's happening. Right now, Lyra Valkyria comes off like someone cosplaying for a D&D game. It's not clicking. So let's be honest. This is Triple H's project. It's plain to see. Triple H saw something in NXT. It worked in his little bubble, and he thought, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to shove this down the casual fans' throats. I'm going to make her the next Asuka. But this isn't NXT, Triple H. The main roster fans don't care about this cryptic 10% mythology character. They want stars, and stars don't get lost in feathers. We need a reason to love or hate Lyra Valkyria, and right now she sits in that ugly gray area that exists in pro wrestling where most people are just indifferent. And I promise, Triple H, you can still get this right. Lyra Valkyria could absolutely fit into the Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan blueprint. Undersized, underdog, believable babyface, overcomes the odds, rallies the crowd. She's never going to stand across the ring from a Rhea Ripley or a Jade Cargill or a Bianca Belair and be believable that she can just go toe-to-toe and do war. She needs the groundswell. She needs the backing of the crowd. The heel gimmick is not going to work unless you turn her into a sneaky heel, which then I think completely takes away from what makes Lyra Valkyria relatable. But this gimmick, Triple H, it's not working. The mythology is not landing. It is time to fix it, or we can watch her fade into the mid-card forever. But this one is on you, IWC. I'm done.